Yo-ho everybody, and welcome to another edition of Yinzer on Hockey. Before we begin, make sure you go down below, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, click the little bell, so you stay up to date on all the off-season happenings. So today I want to go ahead and do up a mock draft of the top 10 picks in the 2018 NHL Draft, which will be held Friday and Saturday night, June 22nd and 23rd, with the first round being on Friday, the 2nd through 7th rounds being on Saturday. Holding the top 10 picks in this year's draft, number 1 is Buffalo, number 2 is Carolina Hurricanes, number 3 Montreal Canadiens, number 4 Ottawa, number 5 Arizona Coyotes, number 6 Detroit Red Wings, number 7 Vancouver Canucks, number 8, Chicago Blackhawks, number 9, New York Rangers, and number 10, Edmonton Oilers. So, let's go ahead and dive right into this with the number 1 overall pick. I think the Buffalo Sabres will take Rasmus Dahlin, Swedish defenseman, is widely touted as the most complete prospect in this draft. Generational defenseman that's going to immediately make your defense better, make your team better, and quite possibly could propel Buffalo up the rankings. Number 2 with the Carolina Hurricanes, I think they are going to draft Andrei Svechnikov. Is he a Russian-born forward, plays mostly on the right wing, left-handed shot, just he is a really, really talented scorer. Last year in the Ontario Hockey League, he played 44 games, 40 goals, 32 assists, 72 points, which led all rookies in the OHL. Was the Rookie of the Year up there. Just all around talented player, really good ability to find the back of the net. He is going to add a lot of punch to the front side for Carolina. Number 3 in the draft, Montreal Canadiens. I believe they will try to move this pick, if possible, to get down in the 5 to 7 range if they can. But if not, I think the player's the same regardless of where they draft in the first round. I think they're taking Jesperi Kotkaniemi, Finnish-born forward, center iceman, left-handed shot as well. He's been playing a lot in the adult league pretty much since he's been 15 years old over in Finnish. They call it the Liga. Last year, 57 games played, 10 goals, 19 assists, 29 points. He's still really raw. A lot of his game to still work on, but he is definitely improved through the entire year. So you work on his defensive game a little bit, his ability to back check, and more than likely in time, he's got top 6 potential. So definitely a guy to look out for in the future. As far as immediate, I think he's got a couple of years of development before you want to get him up in the league. Number 4 pick, Ottawa Senators. I think with Montreal taking Kotkaniemi, if they're not able to move that pick, this pick's easy for Montreal or for Ottawa. They're going to take Philippe Zadina, Czech-born right winger, played last year in the Quebec Major for the Halifax. 57 games played, 44 goals, 38 assists, 82 points. This guy is a sniper in every definition of the word. He can absolutely score at will. And I think that skill is going to translate to the NHL as well. I think he's going to find ways to create time and space for himself, find the back of the net. The potential for him to be a 30 or 40 plus goal scorer in the NHL is definitely realistically achievable. Fantastic talent, and Ottawa will be a bright spot in Ottawa's offseason compared to everything else that they've had to endure in this offseason. Number 5 pick, Arizona Coyotes. To me, I think this pick is Brady Tkachuk, the Boston University product. Obviously, a very well-known name in the NHL circles. Father Keith Tkachuk, brother Matthew Tkachuk, skating in Calgary right now. Plays left wing, very physical game. Can bring a ton of punch to the top end of your lineup. Has the ability to score in 40 games in Boston this year. 8 goals, 23 assists for 31 points. Boston, I think, ended up going to the NCAA Finals game this year, so just a really high-level talent. And I think he's going to work out very well in Arizona under the tutelage of Rick Tocchet and that coaching staff out in Arizona. I think they're going to get a very good replacement for a guy like Max Domi, which they just traded to Montreal. So moving on, the number 6 pick belongs to the Detroit Red Wings. There's a lot of different directions that Detroit can go with this pick right here. I think with Jeff Blashill coaching the USA team over in the World Championship, and his familiarity with Quentin Hughes coming from University of Michigan, he's obviously very familiar with him, and I think that familiarity will lead them to draft Quentin Hughes with the number 6 pick. I think he has committed to play one more year at the University of Michigan, so he's still a couple of years away. Obviously, they're going to have to work to replace a guy like Mike Green, which they're probably going to lose via free agency this year. And I think Quentin Hughes is a great guy to step into that role. 37 games played, 5 goals, 24 assists. So very good moving the puck, very good finding open guys, creating plays from the blue line. I like his potential as well. Number 7 pick. This is probably one of the more debatable picks in the draft because Vancouver has been heavily shopping this pick around, trying to find a way to move it if they can. But I think in this scenario, with Vancouver drafting in this spot, I think they are going to take Noah Dobson. Canadian-born skater, plays defense, right-handed shooting defenseman, obviously a hot commodity in the NHL. 6'3", 177, you're going to like to see him bulk up a little bit, other than that. But in the Quebec Juniors, 67 games played, 17 goals, 52 assists for a total of 69 points. Anytime you can get a blue liner that averages more than a point a game, he's a well-polished NHL-ready player. Maybe not to the extent of, stepping in and immediately being a point-per-game player, but he obviously has the hockey IQ to play at the NHL level. And that's something really important for a guy that plays the right defense position because that's your quarterback on your power play in most situations. You want a right-hander back there. And I think this guy has the ability to be a top power play guy, great in all situations, can play all 3 facets, penalty kill, power play, even strength, late minutes in a game. He brings all those skills, and I think kind of got a little bit of that Aaron Ekblad style play to him, and I would like to see, Vancouver take a shot on Noah Dobson here. He might be another guy that's a year or 2 away from coming in, but definitely worth the wait when he gets there. Chicago Blackhawks with the number 8 pick. I think they are going to go with Adam Bokvist, Swedish-born player here, another right-handed defenseman. These are the right-handed defenseman in this draft. It is so deep at that right-handed defense position. And it's also one of those positions that all NHL teams are looking for a 1, 2, and 3 right-handed defense. It just bolsters your team so much. This year in the Swedish Juniors, 25 games played, 14 goals, 10 assists for 24 points. Played in the World Championships as well for the Swedish team. If you recall, they won gold out there. And 6 games played, 3 goals, 3 assists, 6 points, and that's playing with a lot of very, very talented individuals on the ice with him. And I think the sky's the limit for this kid as well. He's right now 17 years old, about to turn 18 in August, so maybe a guy that needs another couple of years down in juniors or possibly in the AHL system before he's ready to go for them. Number 9 pick, New York Rangers. The Rangers are a bit of an oddity in that they're in this weird retooling, rebuilding style phase. Not sure where most of their needs come, but I know they have a strong need for defensemen, but drafting in this position, a lot of the value picks that you would find at defensemen are going to be tough to come by. Here you might have to take a best player available type thing, and for them, I'd like to see them take Oliver Wahlstrom from the U.S. National Development Team. He is a right winger, right-handed shot. He's played very well for the U.S. Under-18 team. 54 games played, 40 goals, 43 assists, 83 points. Just a phenomenal scorer, great playmaker from the wing. I think he is a guy that you would like to, a couple more years to develop to help his shot a little bit. His shot is very good for the level that he's at, but maybe not an NHL-ready shot. But I think given time, he is going to be an elite player in the NHL. I think a 30-goal possibility is very realistic for a guy like Oliver Wahlstrom. And with the number 10 pick, the Edmonton Oilers. To me, this was a tough spot. I think Peter Chiarelli would like to move up to get closer to those top-tier defensemen if he can. But, I mean, there is no team with a more glaring, obvious need for defense than the Edmonton Oilers. They are desperate for help on their back end. They're desperate for help in goal. When Talbot's healthy, he's a very good goalie, but he's had trouble staying healthy in the past. But other than that, Edmonton's looking defense here 100% of the time, and I think they are taking Rasmus Sandin, Swedish-born player as well, left-handed defenseman. He's a guy with top 4 potential for sure. In the OHL this year, 51 games played, 12 goals, 33 assists, 45 points. So the potential's there for him to be a scoring defenseman. But you would like for him to just come in to shore up the left side of that defense and help bring the Oilers back up out of the area that they were in last year. As far as the goals for, goals against stat goes, Sedin led all OHL rookie defensemen in goals, assists, and points this year, so he's definitely a guy that has the ability to score. He played in the Swedish League for a little bit this year, and is internationally. He was there with the Swedish team in the IIHF Championship. 5 games played, no goals, 3 assists. So he can play with the big guys already. He's proven that potential is there. Maybe a little bit more time to get polished and ready, but I'd say this guy probably within a year or two will be playing regular minutes for the Edmonton Oilers. So that's my view of the top 10 picks in the NHL Draft this year, barring any types of trades or movement, which I anticipate will be a few. So let me know in the comments below what your mock draft is. Let me know your 1 through 10 down there below. Let me know any surprise teams that might come up and try to get into the top 10. I know New York Islanders hold the 11 and 12 pick. Maybe they make a move to go up and get some of these guys. A lot of talent in this year's draft. I've had so much fun doing this research for this, and there is so much talent to be had. It's going to be an exciting draft. I'm ready for it. Remember Friday night, I think 7:30 p.m. NHL Network, bringing you all the coverage there. So Be sure to like and subscribe to this video. Follow me on all of these social medias listed below. Join my Discord. We're excited to have as much hockey conversation with you guys as I could possibly bring you. And until we see you again next time, have a good day.